If you hold the job, you have to either accept or reject it by the whole deadline. Hello everyone, my name is Ikechukwu and welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to describe how you should rank your IMT jobs. I'll try and make it as straight to the point as possible. I'll go through the GMT National Survey to show you how to use this survey to influence your decision. I'll also go through the Oriel Preferencing Interface. I am an internal medical trainee currently in Merseyside. I'm in my second year of my medical training. I went through the process twice. The first time I applied for IMT, I got somewhere in Wales, but my poor understanding of the ranking system made me not to convert my initial offer into an upgrade and then get an actual place I would have preferred. So I left the ranking system too early and then I had to reapply, and then the following year I got the job I wanted. So just want to use this opportunity to explain people who would have been like me the first time I applied and not understood how the ranking system works, so you do not end up having to wait a year when you could have just gotten it at once. Or make sure you don't get a place where you do not want to go to. So that's what this video will be about. So a few factors you have to consider when you're ranking your IMT jobs. You need to look at your personal circumstance. You look at the GMC training survey to know how the different specialties and different deaneries compare. The next thing to also look at is the rotations in each of these posts. So this, you would see this by looking through the preferences. Transportation networks in the area you're going to should also play a role, as well as the cost of living. So for personal circumstance, we're just talking about the family you have established in the place you're currently staying. So if you're in the north of England, for example, you currently live in Liverpool, you would want to rank jobs that are around Liverpool. If you've bought a house in Liverpool, definitely you'd want to stay there. I'll talk about removal cost later in this presentation. The other thing you also need to consider is if you're married and your partner stays in Liverpool, you would also want to put that into consideration. Next thing is to look at the NET survey. So it's the GMC training survey, and at the end of this slide, I'll take us through the GMC training survey to describe how to find the ranking of different deaneries and how they perform against other deaneries in the country. So your higher specialty training application is going to be a factor to consider. If you want to apply for oncology, you want to have an oncology job in your rotation, because that helps you, one, get exposure to the specialty and be sure that you actually want to do that specialty, and two, start doing projects in that specialty that you can use to apply for your training. Transportation is also important. If you live in an area where there is not a very good bus network, you understand what I'm saying. So you need to find, you need to rank an area that has good transportation, or try and get a car if you don't have one. So there are some regions in the country where one hospital for your first year is so far away from the second hospital in the next year, sometimes even up to 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes drive. So you have to put that into consideration when you're ranking your place and your jobs. Cost of living, if you don't mind living in the south and the costs associated with it, then of course you want to rank the south. But if you want to reduce your overhead and how much you're spending monthly, moving up north might be cheaper for you, and you want to rank jobs in this region. So other considerations, I put Isle of Man there because I know a few friends who've gone to Isle of Man. They say it's a very fantastic place to work. The hospital ranks very highly in trainee survey, and however, when I was ranking, I did not want to go to Isle of Man. My issue with it was that I had to take a flight or a ferry ride to get to Isle of Man. So I wanted to remain in mainland England, so mainland UK, I mean. So that's why I did not exactly rank it highly. For the reimbursement of expenses, if you move from one place to the other to take up a job, you can claim removal cost, get the money back from the deanery when you move. But make sure when you're moving, you get at least 2 quotes, I think 2 or 3 quotes from different moving companies, because it's part of the requirement to claim your money back. Also, when you actually start working and you have to commute quite a distance to get to your hospital, for example, you decided not to move, you live in Liverpool, you go to a job in Manchester, and then you drive to Manchester every day, you can claim the excess mileage. So you just tell them that you're driving this amount of miles every day to and fro to work, and then anything above 19 miles, usually you get reimbursed for it. If you pass through a tunnel or toll fare to get to work, also you can get reimbursed for it. For ranking the order you want. Do not rank a place because you think people will not choose it. Make sure you just rank what you actually want. Do not rank places you will not go to. So I'll talk about this later when we are talking about the ranking. There will be reoffers and you might get somewhere when someone drops. So the reason behind ranking any places you will go to is that if you rank a place you will not go to and you get that offer, it's difficult to leave that process without losing out on a job. So when you get an offer and you accept the offer, you get locked into that offer. I'll talk about accept and accept with upgrades later in the ranking video, in the ranking section of this video. So just make sure that the main tip is rank only places you would actually want to go, and do not put a place you don't want to go. So you search GMC training survey in Google, type National Training Survey, go to Access Education Tools, and then go to Trainee NTS Report, and then go to deaneries and local offices, go to Program tab by deanery, and then we'll select Internal Medicine Stage 1, that's the Internal Medicine Training Stage 1, that's the specialty we're interested in. And then I would select Overall Satisfaction, for example. So these are different indicators you can select. You can select all of them and then have a look at the same time. But I just want to look at Overall Satisfaction of the trainees in that region compared to the rest of the UK. So for Defence Postgraduate Medical Deanery, you can see already overall satisfaction is below that of the below the interquartile range for other deaneries in the UK. So that just tells you already that people are not very satisfied in that deanery. If you go to, let's see, induction. So induction is a very important aspect of training. You want to get really good induction before you start. So you can see Wales is not very good with induction. So this is just, and then if you look through, you can see the ones that are performing very well, like Northeast, it's 1.6, is doing very well. So this is just one of the things in your tools to consider when you're ranking your programs. So yeah, and then you can even select all, and then you just have a cursory look of everything, like see how they're doing with overall satisfaction, clinical supervision, reporting system, workload, supporting environment, up until rota design and study leave. So, and again, Defence Postgraduate Medical Deanery is not doing very well with local teaching. So yeah, so that's how to navigate the GMC training survey. You would go to the Preferences tab, and then for internal medicine training, you click on Update References. So this is how to access where you rank your jobs. There's a quick instruction they put here. Do not rank a job you would not accept if offered, and just rank your preferences in the order which reflects your preference of the posts available. Put a link to IMT recruitment website, giving you an idea of how the ranking process works. This is the website. When you click on that link, so this link takes you here, and then it says this is the overview. It tells you how to choose your preferences, responding to offers page. So responding to offers, response options. So I think this is important. Let me try and describe it. So it says, before accepting an offer, please ensure that this is your preferred option. Once you have accepted the offer, you will not receive any others, okay, in that round. This also applies across all specialties of programs. So if you apply to more than one specialty, when you accept an offer in one of the program, your application to the other two will be withdrawn automatically. So that makes space for people who have not got a job yet. So be aware that accepting an offer you do not intend to take up will prevent an offer being made to a colleague. So that's that's quite explanatory. The key consideration is to be certain you do not wish to take up an offer post before you reject the offer. So once you reject an offer for an IMT post, you will not be made another in that round, and your application to the specialty will be regarded as withdrawn. Rejecting an offer from one specialty will not affect any other applications you've made. When offers are made, there will be a third option, which is to hold the offer. Choosing this will allow you to consider the offer beyond the standard 48-hour response deadline. It was brought in for those who have applied to more than one specialty and allows you to keep a post offer under consideration for a longer term while waiting the outcome of any other applications you've made. So please note that if you hold an offer, you will still need to select hold within the 48-hour response. So only one offer can be held. It's only possible to hold one offer at a time. So if you have applied to 3 specialties and received offers from 2 and are waiting for the outcome of the third before making a decision, then it will not be possible to hold both beyond the standard 48-hour consideration period. So holding one offer will automatically reject the other one. So it's not possible for offers to be held in this manner indefinitely, as this would delay the recruitment process. Therefore, it is only possible to hold offers up until the offer holding deadline. So there's also an offer holding deadline, and by this time you must choose whether to accept or reject any offer you are holding. Any offers still held at the deadline will be automatically rejected. Any offers made after the holding deadline will only include the options of accept and reject. You'll have 3 different jobs you've applied to. You get an offer in one. If you hold it, you're going to withdraw the applications for the other ones. If you accept it, you withdraw the application for the other one. But if you reject it, you're still running for the other one. So it just makes it easier for jobs to pass around to others who have not got a job yet. We are going to talk about preferencing. So first of all, you would want to download this file. A file that has all the 1,636 jobs, right? Drop some some columns. There's some columns you don't need to make it easier to look through. So if you drop this column, so just delete column. I don't need the start date. I'll need to delete this column as well, and to see what does this look like. So the other thing I can do is to first filter everything. So if I filter, it helps me check what is within each of it. So this is the program code. So this is important. I'll leave this because this is what I'll use to know which program is which when I'm looking at the this Oriel website. Can you see? So what shows is the program code. So that's quite important. I'm going to rank this like someone who wants to do oncology. So first of all, I don't need ACCS IM. ACCS IM is a 4-year training post that includes doing things like intensive care and aesthetics. I'm not interested in that. So I'm going to remove all the ACCS IM posts. So what that means is that I'm going to show you how I will remove that or how I would derank it. But anything that's 48 months, is going to be ACCS IM. So I'll remove it anyway and I'll just be left with 36 months, which is 3 years of IMT. So I'm going to delete this for now. Delete column. Then core training year 1. So I'll just look through. Everything is core training year 1, so I don't need this column. And then sub-region, I probably need this area, sector. Let me see what is in it. Maybe for now. Dual training. So I'm going to filter out all the ACCS. So I'm going to write an Excel code that creates a new column, and then for every part there's an ACCS that has ACCS. Yeah, I'm going to assign it as 1. For everyone that is blank, that is not ACCS, I'll assign it as 0, and then I'll filter out all the ACCS down and delete them and leave the other ones that are not ACCS. So that's the next thing I'll do. And then description. I don't know if this is important. Yeah, this is important because these are the jobs, and I'm going to use this part to search for the actual jobs I want to do. And then, so if I'm looking for oncology, if I want to do oncology, I want to make sure after selecting the region I want, that oncology is also high up. So after I delete the column and then apply my formula and then change the color of this, make it bold, or increase the size, make this yellow, and then put the formula to derank this. Well, I'll put all the Merseyside hospitals up, so that's everything that is northwest. I'll rank it up. So, and how to do that will be, come here, I'll click selection and I'll just choose northwest, Cheshire and Merseyside. So these are the hospitals in the northwest, Cheshire and Merseyside, and this is where I'm interested in because I live in Liverpool and I don't want to leave Liverpool, so I bring this up, and then from here I remove all the Isle of Man because I'm not interested in Isle of Man. Then I search for all the hospitals or all the jobs that have oncology in them, and I put them up. I don't want to do gastro because I feel I have a lot of gastro experience. I bring them down if they're in my jobs with oncology. So the idea is to try and rank the first 100 like this properly, and then you then rank the remaining regions. So this is what it looks like. In this formatting, the first jobs in blue are jobs in Cheshire and Merseyside that have oncology without gastro, without Isle of Man. The next set that's the next one in yellow, light yellow here, is have oncology, you have gastro, no Isle of Man. The next thing you then do after doing this, your editing here, is then to go and compare it with the actual preferences. So I come to Oriel here, and then you can also, apart from your Excel formatting, you can also come here and filter the things you want and then just compare and contrast and make sure they look like what you have in your Excel sheet. So first of all, I'll filter for 36 months. 36 months means I'm filtering out ACCS, which is 48 months. And the next region I'll filter out is I want Cheshire and Merseyside, yeah. And then and then I'll say apply filtering. After ticking, you have to click on apply filtering for it to apply. So there are 75 jobs in Cheshire and Merseyside that are not ACCS. So I'll come here, go to tags, look for oncology. So this is clinical oncology. I'll look for oncology, medical oncology as well. So anything that has oncology, I'm just doing oncology, so I want it in my jobs. Now filter again. So it's already, because I've ticked on apply filtering, it filters automatically. So there are 12 jobs that have medical oncology or clinical oncology. So you can select by holding and dragging a box through it, selects everything, and then you click on drag and drop. I just want to confirm that the jobs here are similar to what I have here in my form or in my Excel sheet. So there's 21, 23, 26. Let me see. So okay, so remember gastroenterology is a job I don't want or is lower in my preference. So I'll come here and search gastro, or I can actually move it back. So let's move this back. Okay. So apply filtering. So there are 12 jobs that have oncology jobs, and then some of them also have gastro. So I don't want gastro. So what I do is type out gastro, because if you click on a job, it tells you the details of the job, and you can search for content within the job. So you can search for geriatric medicine, you can search for critical care, you can search for LOFT. So LOFT is the Liverpool University Hospital Foundation Trust. So, and then I search for gastro. So these are all the jobs with oncology that also have gastro. So first I'll move them. I don't mind them, so I'll move them here. And then if I remove this gastro filtering, everything here is oncology with without gastro. So oncology, yep. So if you search gastro, there's no gastro here. So then I'll just select all of this and then put it on top, because this is my first rank. So now let's look at the Excel spreadsheet I just made and see if these numbers correspond. So there's 27, 32, 34, 35. Yep. So 27, 32, 34, 35. So I'm reading out the program number. So this number is your identifier, right? So 27, 32, 34, 35. There's 48, 52, 65. 48, 52, 65. Excellent. So as you can see, I have accurately gotten the jobs I want in my top 7. So this is how you rank, at least for the top 50 in this granular way. And then subsequently, it's difficult to go granular like this, and you just would do region by region. So then after you rank all the Northwest Cheshire and Merseyside, you go to Northwest Greater Manchester if you don't mind working in Manchester. After that, you go to Leeds, for example, if you don't mind going to Leeds, which is Yorkshire and Humber region. And then if you don't mind going to Birmingham, you can also rank West Midlands. And if you don't want to go to London or go to Scotland or Northern Ireland, don't rank it at all. When you're preferencing your jobs, don't worry too much about your rank. So if you rank 2,300 or 2,400, you're actually likely to get a job, but it might be difficult to get somewhere very close to where you live. There's a link. I'll try and find the link and add it to the description, where for previous years, they'll tell you the lowest ranked person that got a job in a region. All you need to understand with the IMT ranking and most ranking for most jobs is that people put in an application for them, even though they might not want to take the job. For example, there are 1,600 jobs in IMT. Let's say you rank 2-4, so you're 800 away. So it's possible that the top 800, up to the top 800 people have also applied to anesthetics, pediatrics, radiology, some even call surgical training. And if they get those jobs, they will take those jobs ahead of you. So what that means is that you don't want to, because of that, give up on yourself and then just rank jobs anyhow. You rank only the jobs you want. Do not put any jobs you do not want. If you put a job you do not want in your rank list, right, and you get offered that job, remember, as I said earlier, you have 3 options. You hold, you accept, and you reject. So if you reject that job, you're not going to get any other job in that round. That's to start your job in August or February, as the case may be, whenever you watch this video. Hold, if you accept the job, that's it. If you hold the job, you have to either accept or reject it by the whole deadline. If, for example, you hold a job that you do not want to go to, there is a very high possibility that you don't actually get upgraded. Get upgraded to a higher job that you actually want. So the trick is only rank those jobs that you definitely will go to. I'm not sure. I feel like I've mixed up my thought process in explaining hold, accept, and reject, but I hope I've passed across the point. No matter how low you rank only the jobs you would actually go to. Do not put in a job that you definitely will not move to. So if you definitely will not move to Scotland for a job or Northern Ireland for a job, do not put it in your rank list. But you have to balance this out with actually getting a job. So if you're quite desperate and you need to start a job, irrespective of which location, and you actually do not mind horribly moving, if you prefer the stress of moving over the stress of not having a job, obviously you should rank every job in the UK. So that's just the main advice I want to add. I hope that makes sense. That brings us to the end of the video. Please do share this video with your friends who not necessarily are IMT applicants, but even GP applicants or surgery, or anyone who just wants to have an idea of how to rank jobs. I'm sure this will be very useful for them. Thank you very much.